Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, YouTube. Internet people, whatever you want to be called. Hope you guys are doing well. I am bringing you the last update of this current setup that I have going right now. And what I mean by that is I'm moving. So, as I move, I'm going to be expanding my fish room. At first, not a ton, uh, but over time, it'll be expanding a lot. There's going to be a lot of changes happening. One of the changes that has already happened that you guys can't see in here because she went to bed, because she goes to bed early, is I acquired two more loaches. Let me see if one of them's out here. Nope, they're both asleep. Uh, they like to go to bed early. I don't know what it is with these two, but one of them is bigger than any loach in this tank by inch and a half, 2 inches. She is a beast. And the other one is about the size kind of these two guys right here. These, 4.5, 5 inchers. Really cool barring on both of them. Yeah, she is behind that rock right there. I kind of lean that up so that only the loaches can get in there, and they love it. Got one of my OBs in here. My Syri, or my Frieri, Cyanochromis in here. Because they're being jerks. Other than that, not a whole lot has changed in this tank, aside from the loaches. Everyone's looking pretty good. I had to do a pretty crazy treatment. I put more or less 6 of my best fish in this tank into buckets because they were suffering from sunken belly, and had to treat them with parasite guard. And one other thing, I can't remember what else I treated them with. I am also shooting this with my new phone. It is a OnePlus 2. It is a private company that the way you get your phones is by invite. I just got lucky enough to have someone that had one. It is a super crazy nice camera. I am not sold on its laser guided, what is it? Just laser guided sighting. It doesn't, as you can see, it's not very great at focusing in low lights. I've got it set for it, but it's just not quite doing it well. Some of the colors are washing out. When it does catch, though, these colors are incredibly true to what these fish actually look like. That other camera that I was using, my HTC One Mini, was horrible with the colors. It was nothing like what they actually look like. So, I'll not make this too long. Back up on the 90. Just so that I'm actually moving, because I know I've said that a lot. Packed. I could show you the living room, but I really don't want to. So, these guys are going to be moving on Friday. What you will see out of this, the next update that you're going to see, is this tank is going to be going on the bottom of a double rack stand, and on top will be a 5-foot, 100-gallon acrylic. And that is kind of the next step of where these guys are going to go until they get into the 180 gallon. The 180 will be happening, but I'm going to be making some changes to it, and I'll make a video on what I'm doing with that. Tank I got it on a very good deal, and it's a very clean tank, but it has a lot of holes in it. So I'm going to be utilizing some of those, and I'm going to be doing a better job of permanently plugging others. And I'll make videos on all that. I've also got to build it a stand, finish off the canopy, and really build it, how I want it to be for a display tank for 5 to 10 years. And to do that, I'm going to do it right, and I'm going to take my time. So I'm hoping it won't take any longer than another month, depending on budget. But I really do want to make this thing look beautiful. I've got an Aqueon ProFlex Model 4. It's their biggest sump. And I've got an 1800 gallon per hour pump that I'm going to be using at 5 feet head. It's only about 1450 or 1500, so it'll cycle this tank pretty well, but not too crazy. The 180 that is, not this one. But so that is where these guys will be going. And to fill those tanks, it's going to be everyone in this tank. What's new in this tank? I have 3.5 to mainly 4-inch Rostratus. They're gorgeous. So there's at least 2 males. Let's see if we can get this to focus. I usually shoot horizontally with this for Instagram. It focuses a little bit differently when it's being used horizontally. This otter point though, those colors, still a little washed out, but camera is not the otter point. This ruby green hat last week all of a sudden just decided that he wanted to be a fish with color and just started popping. Everyone else though in this tank's been holding pretty steady. Azuris. Everyone in this tank, I moved my Lepturus over here. The Bucochromis Lepturus. The Buco-Noto in the other tank has put on a growth spurt and he's been kicking his ass, so brought him in here. Cornelii. See, he's having a trouble focus, and I'm gonna have to mess with that. That's not bad. But yeah, that otter point, he's gonna be a breeder. I just gotta grow out some females. I have 5 extra otter point from the same line right now I'm growing out, and there will be more coming. I don't know why I just got a southern accent, but I did. See if he'll let me get a video of this guy without getting crazy. Come on, phone, figure it out. Oh, you get the point. He's nice. Probably one of my favorite fish in all of my tanks, to be honest. Just those white fins. Just how many different colors he's got in him. Alright, this tank is just got a flashlight on it, so it's pretty shoddy, whatever you want to call it. I've got my OB that's usually in that 40 in here because he's being, well, you can guess it, a D-bag. Let's see how strong those lights on the other tank are. Oh, I don't think you've also seen. So that's got, it's an LED now. It's a Marineland Double Bright. My LFS had it as a return, and it just wasn't working, and the guy was going to toss it, and I was like, hey, I'll take it. And just created a new connection on the cable. Got a box that matched its amperage, and good to go. Works great. Got this tank. On the container is a dragon blood that is beautiful, but just I have a bunch of little dragon bloods in here, and all of my tanks just have too many fish of this size in these tanks, so I have some aggression problems. But I was expecting to move much longer ago, at least 2 months ago, and that didn't happen. So these 2 tanks, all their inhabitants, will be going into this tank. These guys will be going into 100. If you can look back far enough and y'all remember, all of the fish that are in my other room, and the 20 and the 10, will be either going into the 40, a 20, or I don't know, another 10 or another 20. I have quite a few tanks already stocked at my parents' house that you'll be seeing coming out as I build racks for them. I'd say there's at least 20 in total right now. And there'll be more than that too, much more. So look forward to that. It's not going to happen overnight. You know, I wish I had a budget that would make that possible, but you can join me. I'll make a series of videos on that. I'll get a little bit more active on here, and you can watch me build a fish room to the way I think that, at least I think it's functional for me. So until then, hope this will hold over, and we shall see you soon.